All right, so apparently Detroit Pistons they traded away Beef Stew. I did a quick short on it, and then some things popped up yesterday that the Pistons are entertaining getting they're entertaining LeBron and Kawhi, and they're gonna push for Kawhi. Um, Also, you got the Jaylen Brown thing going on right now. And on top of the Jaylen Brown thing you got going on right now, you got LaMelo Ball getting traded. Now, do I see the Pistons getting LaMelo Ball and Jaylen Brown? No. But giving away Beef Stew, a lot of people didn't like that. A lot of people didn't like that, and they like, oh my god, one thing about it, Beef Stew got the ultimate pass where people, I seen a person say, well, they traded the wrong center, and well, Isaiah Stewart didn't play good in that series with the Knicks. He was injured, and then he was injured in that series, and then on top of that, he didn't play well last playoff series. So, I mean, at that point, you ask yourself, like, why is Jalen Duren getting all this ill will? I guess it's because he about to get paid. And Isaiah Stewart has had a lot of ups and downs, throughout his career. I mean, I think people like the attitude and all this, and they got nothing for him. But obviously, there's believed to be a bigger trade or a bigger deal. I believe that bigger deal is somebody in free agency, and a lot of people are saying, hey, you can't make this deal and then talk about, you're going to go get Norman Powell basically for Beef Stew. And I can agree with that. It has to be something amongst the Kawhi Leonard. It has to be something amongst the Jaylen Brown, somewhere amongst that. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to have a knee-jerk reaction. A lot of people, when you draft people that people don't know throughout, Detroit, sports thing, a lot of people, they draft people that they don't know, and he sucks, and then you don't do no research. Well, he's 6'2", and he's this, that. What do that got to do? If you could hoop, you could hoop. You got a 6'6" point guard. What are we talking about? You can put it damn near any type of guard, you want to put, besides him. That's what people don't understand. And people say, well, they needed a point guard, and they got a point guard in K. I don't really understand why people just don't understand that K is a point guard. Magic Johnson was 6'9". Tyrese Halliburton is about the same height as K Cunningham. Do people not height does not determine position, especially in today's positionless league. It does not. It does not determine position. I mean, I don't understand how people don't understand it. I don't get it. Well, they need a ball. This kid is a straight up scorer. He's not a traditional point guard. That's when I hear people, in a synopsis of the situation. I'm about, y'all just don't. A lot of people got microphones or got platforms and don't know nothing about basketball. But, in general, they need somebody else to get their own shot. They got another point guard they trust in Dennis Jenkins. That is what it is. But in general, I mean, I don't really, I see this losing part of that DNA. And when you look at it and you give up nothing, when you give up Stewart and you get nothing in return but 3 second-round draft picks or whatever the situation may have been, I get it. So the Pistons trading back up big man Stewart to the Grizzlies for three future second-round draft picks. So, I mean, in my opinion, Stu can't play a lot of heavy minutes neither. I think that's something that's not been talked. I mean, he get tired. He always injured when you need him. I mean, we can go on and on about some of the issues and situations that you see with him. But he was the DNA. He was the toughness of the team. But at some point, when you give up something, you want to get something, you got to give up something. I don't understand why people think you can trade crumbs. You can trade crumbs and get a whole lot of something. It don't work that way. Well, I can just trade him and these picks, and I can get no. It doesn't work that way. I hate to break the news to you. You have to give up something to get something. of value, and what they did was give up that, create 15 million in cap space, and they created 15 million in cap space, and that's what it's gonna be. So we'll see what they do. If it's Kawhi, I hope to God it ain't LeBron James. If it's Kawhi, if it's LaMelo, Norman Powell, if that's clear that cap space to get Norman Powell, that's going to be very controversial. But one thing I'm going to say a lot about the controversy of Norman Powell, and I spit on this about that. Ibuka, the guy they drafted, Ibuka, him and Norman Powell are carbon copies of each other. So he would basically be in the bullpen for a year or two and then take over for Norman Powell would be the plan. So once you look at that, but they tried to get Austin Reeves. It didn't work out. I'm not surprised. The Lakers, basically he should thank the Pistons for getting him paid because he was going to Detroit. So, I honestly, when I look at the available people, you got to understand your expectations. I just pray to God it ain't LeBron. I don't give a fuck if it's Powell. They go get LeBron. I just don't know. I just don't understand it. He won't come here anyway. But I don't know. But in my opinion, the golden standard right now is Jaylen Brown, Kawhi, LaMelo Ball. When I first seen the Memphis trade, let me insert this real quick. I'm thinking maybe John Morant. I'm thinking it was going to be John Morant. I ain't gonna lie. When I seen Memphis, I thought, oh, they probably going to go get John Morant. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they taking a fly on John Morant. They'll figure out the shooting. If it don't work, you could put Ibuka in there and stuff. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. But but other than that, man, then you was talking about that next tier is Powell, Levine, but if you had to ask me at this point, dog, the expectation, the Pistons expectation, you looking at Norman Powell. I think really that's the ceiling. Norman Powell, Zach LaVine is the ceiling. The floor, Kobe White, Bojan Bojanovic, that's the floor. See, every time y'all think Detroit is going to make a major move, Detroit is about to go get a major player and they're about to do this. And then I'll just be telling y'all, like, bro, it ain't going to work how y'all think it's going to work. It ain't about to be how y'all think it's about to be. So be prepared for Kobe White. Be prepared for Norman Powell. Maybe Zach LaVine if you're optimistic. That's it. That's what they're doing all this for, and it's going to be very controversial to get rid of Beef Stew for one of those guys. I'm telling you that right now. They're not going to get the guys you think they're going to get, in my opinion. It won't be a Kawhi. It won't be a Jaylen Brown. It won't be a LaMelo Ball. It won't be none of those type of names. I'm telling you, I've been around Detroit sports long enough. The name that they will get will be Powell is the ceiling. Powell, Levine is the ceiling. The bottom of the floor is Kobe White, Bojan Bojanovic, somebody like that. But then we have questions about what they're gonna do at the power forward position. There are questions there about what they're gonna do at the power forward position. But right now, it just seems like, it's been very quiet on that front. And it seems, other than a Bobby Porter's rumor here or there, it's been quiet on that front. And it seems like, if we're going to be honest, it seems like, you're looking at Tobias Harris coming back, being your starting power forward. And what they're going to do is they added a spark plug off the bench via the draft, Ibuka. I believe he will play. I just a hunch, don't know nothing. And they will add another, guy that can get a bucket in the lineup, and they're going to go back out there with that and keep Tobias at the power forward position. That's what I believe. So, The answer to getting some more scoring off the bench was Ibaka. They probably going to come back with Ron Hollins, and they probably going to come back with Karis LeVert. Yup, his ass to be back. So it's basically going to be the same roster outside of Beef Stew being gone. They added Ibaka. They're going to add somebody like Powell next to Cade, and they're going to run it back. You're going to see another Karis LeVert rerun. I mean, it is what it is. I'll be thinking the Pistons or Detroit teams really gonna go for it. That's not in their DNA. So check out Detroit Piston Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the love, support. Want to find me on social media? Hit the link in the description. Say find me everywhere. The link tree, you can find me everywhere there. Peace.